Good morning, beautiful people. So on my yoga video, I got a ton of requests to do some like yoga basic videos. I got some requests to do like my yoga routine, which I'm so excited about. I'm like really glad that you guys are interested in this part of my life. So I'm gonna do it because it's fun for me and it's fun for you. So this morning I have filmed for you my kind of wake up yoga stretch routine. It's like a 10-minute what I do in the morning to wake my body up before I start my day, before I eat breakfast and all that stuff. I'm going to voice over the actual yoga part because it's too difficult to like try to explain while you're doing it, and I'm not very good at voiceovers, so hopefully it turns out okay and hopefully I'll get better at it as time goes on. But let's get into it. I know it's already going to be like a 10-minute video. Let me know in the comments what you think, and subscribe and follow me on Instagram, and let's get our yoga on. So to start, I like to sit at the back of my mat with my eyes closed so that I can start to engage in my ujjayi breathing, which is in and out through the nose and through the back of the throat, so it makes kind of like a hollow noise, kind of like Darth Vader, I guess, like. So that's like an example of ujjayi breathing if you didn't know what it was. Sorry if it was kind of creepy sounding. But anyway, after I take a few breaths and connect to the moment, connect to my breath, I like to lower it into balasana, or child's pose. And in the morning / like always, I prefer to open up my knees for this pose so I can start to loosen up my very tight hips. So you can do this with your knees together or your knees apart. And I like to reach my fingertips out, pinching my shoulder blades down and back while simultaneously pushing my fingertips into the ground. You're reaching and pulling at the same time. There's a lot of opposition in yoga, a lot of balance between pushing and pulling. So I just take a few breaths here, and then I inhale and reach over to the right side of the mat, stretching the left side of my body, focusing now that breath, that ujjayi breathing, into the left side of my body, sending the breath to the space that I'm creating. So I take a few breaths here, then I inhale back to center for another breath or two. Really slow and gentle movements in the morning. I mean, you're just waking up and everyone has very stiff bodies in the morning. So I'm going to inhale and reach over to the left side of the mat, this time stretching the right side of my body. Inhale back to center for another breath or two. So I come up onto all fours to do some cat-cows. For cow, you're going to inhale, drop the belly, look towards the sky. Exhale for cat, rounding the spine, looking towards your navel or your belly button. Then we're just going to alternate a few more times with your breath. Inhale, exhale. Really starting to match your movement with your breath, which is the definition of vinyasa, by the way, the marriage of breath and movement. So I do this a few times. I never really count. I just I do what feels good for my body, and sometimes it's 5, sometimes it's 4, sometimes it's 8. You never know, it's just how your body feels. We're going to come back to all fours and inhale, reach the right arm out and the left leg back. Exhale, bring knee to your elbow. Inhale, reach. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, reach. Exhale, knee to elbow. Again, matching the movement with the breath, waking the body up. Starting to become more in tune with yourself. Again, I don't really know how many times. I think I did that 5 times. For the other side, inhale, left arm reaches forward, right leg back. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale, reach. Exhale, knee to elbow. And I do this a few more times, trying to stay in a straight line and not arch the back too much or lift the back leg too high. And I'm going to come back to all fours and do some shoulder stretching. This my yoga teacher liked to call threading the needle. So you're going to inhale the right arm up towards the sky. exhale, thread it through, and then go ahead and reach the left arm up over your head, keeping the hips square and the shoulders square. This is a really, really nice shoulder opener. I love this pose. And I'm going to inhale and just wrap around, try to bind so I can get a little bit of more axial rotation in my spine. And then I'm going to exhale back down and come back to the original position for another breath or so. Then I'm going to inhale back up to all fours to do the other side. So inhaling, reaching the left arm towards the sky, lowering, threading it through, bringing the right arm above my head and keeping my hips straight. This feels really, really good on your shoulders. If you have any shoulder injuries, be mindful. You should never feel pain in yoga. Discomfort is okay, but pain, if you ever feel pain, then stop what you're doing. Coming back to center and inhaling back up to all fours. Next, I'm going to fix my headband because it was falling off. Well, while I'm fixing my headband, I guess I'll tell you this next posture or pose is a little bit more advanced. I have open shoulders and an open cervical spine, so this pose is within my practice. If you are going to try this pose, be mindful of your body. You might want to, instead of putting your chin on the mat, put your forehead on the mat. Okay, so I'm going to reach forward, and it's called puppy pose because it kind of looks like downward dog, except you're on your knees, and reach my chin forward, and I just basically get a very, very intense shoulder opening here. I'm going to inhale back up to all fours and do a quick cat because that was kind of a back bend a little bit in a way. Then I'm going to exhale, push my hips up towards the sky into downward dog. Now, my hamstrings and calves are very, very tight in the morning, so I like to just pedal it out, get some movement going, and loosen up my muscles. In downward dog, you want to be actively pressing your palms and your heels towards the mat. It's okay if your heels don't touch, but you want to be actively pressing in both directions. Then I'm going to inhale and tiptoe up towards the front of my mat. Flatten the back out a little bit, and I'm just going to pedal my legs out, whatever feels good. Then I'm going to go into ragdoll, bringing my chest and my belly to my thighs, and just kind of relaxing, letting gravity open up my hamstrings and the back side of my legs. I like to just kind of dangle here for a little while. Again, it's the morning, and I'm waking up my body. So very slow and gentle movements. My hamstrings and my calves are always very tight, so I like to give them some extra attention in the morning. Going back down into forward fold. Then I'm going to inhale, sit my sit bones down, reach my fingertips up towards the sky for chair pose or Utkatasana. Take a few breaths here, then I'm going to exhale, hook my left elbow to my right knee just to get some nice twisting in my spine. And I inhale back to center. And exhale, right elbow to my left knee for the other side. I do have some upper back problems, so I really like to incorporate twists and back bends into my yoga and my daily life, just because it helps with the pain, it helps with discomfort. So then I'm going to pedal out my legs some more, and as I inhale, I'm going to bend into the left knee, place my left palm by my feet, and inhale my right arm up towards the sky. Now this is a hamstring stretch and a spine twist. And then I'm just going to do the other side as well. Whatever you do on one side in yoga, you always want to do on the other. You don't want your body to be out of balance. Then I'm inhaling going to halfway lift, and I'm going to exhale, bring my chest to my thighs and my hands behind my calves for a version of forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, and I'm going to exhale, step back into Chaturanga Dandasana for a vinyasa. Inhaling, pressing into upward dog, opening the chest, and exhale, pushing back hips and sit bones towards the sky for downward dog. Again, you want a flat spine in this, so if that means you need to lift your heels off the ground, then that is a-okay. You want to be actively pressing in both directions. And then I'm going to inhale, practice my little floaty thing to the front of the mat. Forward fold, exhaling, inhaling, up towards the sky. And that completes my little morning stretch. So thank you all for watching. I hope that you enjoy. Again, this is just my personal morning routine. You can try it out if you'd like, but remember to be mindful of your body, and if at any point you're feeling any pain, then remove yourself from the position and do something that feels good for your body. When I do yoga, I just do what feels good for my body at the moment. The majority of the time, I don't have a plan. I just go with the flow, and I go with what my body is telling me that it needs. So I hope you enjoyed this. Let me know in the comments if you would like to see more yoga videos. Also, sorry I'm still doing this in voiceover mode, but I have not forgotten about the answering of the questions. I'm actually going to film that next. I came up with a really, really fun idea, and I'm really, really excited for it, but I just want to let you guys know that I didn't forget about it. Okay, I will see you guys next time, probably in that yoga question and answer video. Alright, bye!